Hello team, right, a bit of an update. Where are we? Where are we with things? I've still got the front wheel to lace. That's a rear wheel. I've still got the front one to lace. I'm trying to source a spoke. Is it easy? No, it's not. But anyway, that's enough of that. What else have I done? The tank. I've got the decent side panel on there. This is from a different year. CD175. I thought they were all the same, and when the guy gave me two chrome parts to go on my new tank, I just grabbed them and put them in the pile, not realising that it was different. Excuse me. Not realising it was completely different. Anyway, I've had to go back and dig this. Do you remember this one? This real skanky thing. And that I got back out the skip. I literally took them down the skip the day before, threw them away, came back home, did the tank, put the side panel on, went to put this one on, completely different. The rubber pad's exactly the same. So back to work, grabbed out of skip. Here we are. Now I've spent many hours with me mouse sanding on a 40 paper, then an 80 paper, and finished up with a 120 paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to, I've just cleaned it in the parts cleaner so it's completely free of contaminants. So I'm going to heat gun it, and then I am going to prime it, and then I'm going to fill in the dents after the primer's gone on. I might even acid etch it because that will bite into it quite nicely, the acid etch primer. I don't think a normal primer is going to stick on there because it used to be chrome, didn't it, at the end of the day. There are a couple of tiny pinholes. There's one there, you can see it right in the middle of the screen there. There's two, there's one there and one at the front there somewhere. There it is there. So I'm just going to sort that out as best I can. Right, let's grab these two pieces and take them indoors, because I've pretty much guest appearance. Hello, say hello to your fans. Okay, he's pretty modest, isn't he, this one? Quality control. You see, you should have seen that tank side panel from miles away. Anyway, right, let's have a bit of an update in here. Here are the painted bits and bobs. They're all ready to go now. Yeah, they've come out pretty darn well. After taking them right back, I took those right back. I took those right back to metal, started all over again. And I just went back over those with the silver, and then back with the blue, and honest to goodness, that is absolutely boggin' beautiful. So I'm trying to rescue that chrome side panel. Here's the tank, all lovely and finished. Look at that, spotted dog. Okay, it's pitted, and what I might do is I'm going to see how the other chrome piece goes with the acid etch primer, and I've actually got some chrome paint. Now, you know as well as I do, guys, chrome paint is never chrome paint, is it? It's almost a chrome paint, isn't it? So I'm going to see how it goes on. If it goes on really, really, really well, what I will do is I will then I will take this panel off, buff this one up as well, and do the same with that. I don't really want odd tank panels, but then again, you might argue that in the future a good right hand panel will materialise from somewhere. There's a few on eBay and places, but honest to God, they look worse than my one did. So right, okay, that's a bit of an update for now. We'll leave it there, and next time you see me I'll probably be lacing the front wheel if I find a spoke. I've been on to David Silver's. They've given me some part numbers that they don't actually list them on there. If you went to look for CD175 parts, they don't actually list it there, but mum's the word, they might be able to get hold of a couple for me, so that's good news. Right, what's left to do basically? Well, a few bits and bobs of bracketry to do. The frame needs a coat of paint, and the engine needs some sort of treatment. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the engine yet. I don't want to paint the engine. I don't want to go down that route. I want to keep it as natural as possible. Therefore, a good gunk, good degreaser, a bit of muck off, see how it comes up. I might even treat myself to a buffing wheel and some different compounds just to see what I can do with it. It's an oily, yeah, I know it's an oily rag, but I kind of want it to look a little bit smart to start with. Then as it deteriorates, it will look oily rag in about a year's time, kind of thing. Does that make sense? I don't know. But there we go. That's it. I'll leave it there for now. So it's engine to whip apart, new gaskets on, new oil seals in them. Most importantly, the oil seals are all going to be shot, aren't they? 40 odd years sat there doing nothing. They're going to be rotted away. So oil seals, new gasket set. Check the pistons, check the rings. More importantly, get it all back together, timed up properly, paint the frame, and we can then start to think about almost considering putting it all back together. What I might do is put a huge sheet out in the garden and get literally every single piece and put on there and just take a photo of it and go, right, Airfix kit, let's get on with it. So that's going to be a bit of fun, isn't it? Okay, well, thanks for looking. Like I say, next time you see me, I'll probably be lacing wheels or fanning around with engine or frame. Take care. Thanks for looking. Welcome to my games room. What we got there? PlayStation 3, we've got a PlayStation 2, we've got N64, GameCube, Wii, Xbox 360, and lots of different handheld things. Right, let's take the badge and put it on. Look at that. That's where it's meant to be. Anyway, the rack's underneath there. There's a panel all bubble wrapped up. I'm just going to bubble wrap up that panel. We've got the exhaust pipes there polished up. We've got the forks there. That's pretty much it really. We've got bracketry and all that kind of stuff on the floor there. We've got tail light, speedo, bag full of brackets and all the rest of it. So it's pretty much, there's all those bits of blue stuff. It's all pretty much indicators and brackets and all ready to go. Just can't wait. It's getting to that point, isn't it? Right, I'm going to stop faffing around now and crack on. See you in a bit, boys. Right, hello team. Long time no see. Right, what have I got? Condenser, new condenser. I've ordered the last spoke. So I've got those out of the oil bath. They've been in there a few weeks now, haven't they? Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's looking good. Wheel room's ready to go, isn't it really? Hub's ready to go. Frame was next, wasn't it? So I've literally got the frame out. I'm just about to start sanding it. I mean, I've done a lot of it, but there are bits that I couldn't get to because the swinging arm was in the way. So I've taken that out. I wasn't overly happy with these bushes, and luckily I've managed to save the good no mileage ones from the old swinging arm, so I might just take them out and pop them back in. I had a very slight bit of play, but that will translate into a big lot of play. It's not bad. There's a bit of few things wobbling around in there, but I think this just needs to come out of this drain hole. Need to give it a darn good sand, get that all prepped up, and I'm going to hammerite smooth it. It's really good condition really. That's a little bit of surface there, and again I've got to clean this off and get the thinners out and give it a good old scrub it up dub really. Get that sorted and then do the bottom rails, the side swing arm brackets, and I give it a bit of a once over really, and then I can start getting some paint on, can't I? What I'm going to do with the rear mudguard, which is down there somewhere, if you remember where it bolts onto the bike frame, there's two studs popping up, isn't there, and one snapped off. So what I'm going to do is, I've been through me nuts and bolts. It's always the box right at the back, isn't it? You watch it all fall on the floor now. Oh no, I'm lucky. Because it's M6 thread, I'm going to literally drill both of the bolts out, and I'm going to use these little blighters. They are basically gutter bolts, but they are stainless. Well, they're not. They're galvanised, so that will go up through the mudguard hole. I can wind that bolt down because they are encapsulated bolts, aren't they? There's no nut on the other end. If I just spin that square nut down, tighten them up, yes, you'll have that 3 mil. Is that about 3 mil gap sticking up? So it'll be 3 mil down from what it's bolting into. Anyway, boring stuff, isn't it? I've been basically restoring. I had a load of old bolts in that bath there that the spokes go in. I had a quick rummage through. I thought, what's that in there? And I remember when I was doing my DeVille's and my CBR 600 and all that kind of stuff, I basically had a load of nuts and bolts that were really rusty and skanky, and now they're not. So I think I vinegared them to start with, and this is basically just an assortment of Honda, you know, bits and pieces that I've brought back to life with various chemicals and things. So you know, panel clips and knickknacks and 6mm bolts and all that kind of thing. So I mean, yeah, it's all good, isn't it? It's all little spares and that sort of thing. Right, that's enough waffling. What else have I got? Oh, I've just found a bracket. That bracket is for the ignition to go through, and then the bracket there drops down the other side. Look, and the what bolts on that? The horn bolts to that. But the horn is now, sadly, in the skip. It was absolutely rotten as a pear. So that's to be done. I virtually got this panel ready for primer now. It's been gone over with the mouse, as you saw in an earlier video. Once I've primed it, I can then address these craters with 2-pack. 2-packs are cool, man. And sort that out, and then it's basically get the mouse out, sand down the front and the rear mud guards, see exactly what I'm dealing with. See how I'm going to fill those holes in, not quite sure yet. It's not going to be, you know, a minty bike, is it? We know that. It's that's just the way it is, isn't it? So I'm just going to do my best with that and go from there, really. So right, on with the frame, I suppose. Better get my hands dirty, hadn't I? Right, thanks for looking. I'm on a choo-choo, I'm on a choo-choo. Having a away day. Okay, sir, I'm going to play darts tonight, my old muckers. Going down to the railway club and me Roy and the boys. Bit of an evening off tonight, because I'm working again tomorrow. And up the bike jump on Sunday at Popham Airfield to see if I can get some bits and pieces. Right. It's not a pleasant night tonight, so I thought I'd let the train take the strain. Right. Catch you later. Well, I'm getting there. Been on the mouse for about an hour. Fingers are a bit tingly. Always watch out for that, guys, for the hand vibration thingy. I forget what it's called now. Please enlighten me. I've forgotten. Yeah, so it's coming on. I've been around the frame just a little bit. I'm just basically keying it up. This part here needs a lot more treatment. I'm not happy with that, but I can't get the mouse in there. It keeps hitting this thing, so I'm gonna have to do it by hand. She cried. Yeah, it's coming on. It's not too bad, is it? I'm using 80 grit paper on there. It's coming up all right. There's no horror stories to report, so that's quite good. Yeah, it's all good. It's good metal. So I am a happy bunny. A little bit more, I reckon another 3/4 of an hour on there. Perhaps go down to a finer paper once I've got the paint off. And we're good to go, I think. Right-o. Right. Oh, got these brackets to do as well now, haven't I? They bolt onto there, and so on and so forth, and they support the mufflers and various other bits and bobs. So yeah, right, I'm going to carry on before I lose the will to live. Okay, right, take it easy, guys. See you in a bit. Right, I think I've got to where I'm at now with this swinging arm. The frame can wait till later. I can't do it all in one day. I'm now going to try and pop out those bushes. This is what I'm using. I've got a bit of a length of M8 threaded rod there. Look, focus you bugger. Large washer, a Honda washer which won't bend. There's my, well, I can't remember what size it was now. What size is that? 19mm socket, which is the just under the diameter of the inside of this. and this 27, I think it is the outside diameter, and the bush should slide inside there, and I've put a double lock nut on there again with a standard washer and a Honda washer, so that won't bend. So I'm now going to start winding this in and see if I can push that bush through there. Top tip, my other bush is over there somewhere. I might add a little bit of heat to this in a second, just heat that up a little bit, then pop the new bushes. I'm going to pop them in the freezer for an hour or so, so they shrink very, very slightly, enough to just drop in there with a bit of heat on the outside of there. Another top tip for you. Okay, right, wish me luck. As you can see, it's let me put the light on. It's coming out, it's driving it through there, and it's coming out this end. Look, focus properly. It's a bit laborious. Here's me heat source. Lovely little piece of kit that. I'm just winding it in, not going mad, just taking my time with it, making sure everything's okay. And I've come back out now, so I'm going to squirt the inside piece with a bit of lube and heat the outside up and squirt the inside with a bit of lube to cool the inside down a bit, and it should pop out. It's not an easy job, I've got to say, but I think these bushes have had it. I've no idea what sort of mileage they've done. So, as my other bushes are almost brand new, they're going in. Okay, well, I'm getting there. Right, I'm not going to lie to you, that wasn't the easiest job I've ever done. It's out. Oh my goodness, that was tough. That was really not playing ball. Okay, so I'm going to go and get the other one out of the freezer, which should be very, very micrometer sized, miniaturized from that one, which is a bit warm. And I'm going to put some heat to this, and the other one should just literally, I should be able to throw it in the hole, shouldn't I, really? Anyway, cheers for looking. Got 3 more to do, that's all. Right, now I don't know how much of that was recorded. I've just been waffling away to the camera, and I've looked around on the screen and it says press to record. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, I can't remember what I've just said. Right, the swing arm bush, I'm going to leave that another half an hour in the freezer before I attempt to pop it back in. The swing arm itself has been put in the parts cleaner. It's completely free of contaminants now. There is a tiny hole in the bridging panel between the two, with the 2 arms, so I will fill that with wax oil and patch it. I've got a guy at work that can weld me a little tiny plate over there just to patch that up and seal it effectively. I have welding gear, but it will probably blow a hole in it, and they're like rock and horse teeth to get hold of. So yeah, going back to the frame, I've given it a once over. I want to concentrate on this area here. As you can see, it's just thin tin, isn't it? And it's done its years, and I need to clean that up. The trouble is, the paint is, when you sand, the sanding effect generates heat, doesn't it? And the paint sort of just clogs up the old mouse. So what I'm going to do is do the best I can with the mouse, and then I will try some of the paint on the frame and see if it reacts with the old paint. If it does react, I'm going to have to think of a different strategy and, I don't know, get it dipped or blasted or something, but I just don't want that expense, so I'm just trying to shed it up, if you like. Okay, right, I'm going to crack on now and see what happens from now on in. Cheers for looking. Yeah, a little bit of sad news today. Winnie, bless him, had a abscess burst on his back end. I didn't even know it was there till it burst. Bless him. His little glands at the back there, all dogs have them. He's never had it before, and it popped, and it was a bit of a mess. So I had a pocket full of money to go to Pop and Bike Meet today and bike jumble. So I was hoping to pick up a couple of mud guards, slightly better than my ones, if, you know, on the off chance. But never mind. That's life, isn't it? Unfortunately. I'm pleased to say I've managed to get the medication down his throat, syringe and tablets. One easy, I can tell you. But he's got to do that for 10 days and then back, and he's going to have a finger up his. He's not going to be happy. I had to lay on him just so she could have a look today, the vet. So it's going to be fun in 10 days, so I can tell you not. Anyway, on a better note, the bush is now in, the new bush. It came out of the freezer. I heated this up, you can see the colour change, and pop that in. Okay, I've got that one to do, and then that is ready literally for a coat of paint, isn't it? Spinning the parts clean and just need to dry it all off now with the heat gun and lay down some paint on it, so that's good. I've been giving the frame a good going over, as you can see. Probably another couple of hours, I would say, before that's anywhere near close to getting a lick of paint. But there we go. Look at all my tools, need a good clean, put back in the box, don't they? Well, that's enough for today. Next episode, I should be probably laying down some paint on the frame and concentrating later on the engine. There it is, it's still there. There he is. Come here. Come say hello to your fans. Come say hello. Say hello. Oh, bless you. No, he's got a sore bit. Oh dear, what a mess. Anyway, guys and girls, thank you for looking. Like, subscribe, share, tell me off, whatever. Thanks for looking. Take it easy.